Hey there folks, and welcome to Star Citizen. This is a game by Chris Roberts, who also did Wing Commander. This kind of game is like an open world space sim, I guess you could say. It's kind of like EVE Online. Except instead of just being a spaceship, you're actually a person. And you can go inside of spaceships, and it's a lot more detailed, as you can see. It uses the CryEngine 3. And this is still very pre-alpha, and really the only thing released for it so far is the Hangar module, so you can view the ships that you've purchased, and really only some of them, because not all of them have been modeled yet, but the ones that have been modeled are absolutely gorgeous. There's so much detailing in everything that they did. Here, we'll take a look at this. I have two ships in my hangar. I'm in the discount hangar at the moment. There are three hangars. There's the discount, the business, and then the luxury hangar. And I have two ships. One is the RSI Aurora MR. It's the mercenary edition. It's just the Aurora with two guns mounted. Two small guns at that. And then I have the Origin 315P, which is part of the Origin or the 300 series. They had the... Here, let's get up in this first. For the Origin series, they have the 300i, the 315p, the 325a, and the 350r. And the 300i is like the base standard model. The 315p is the Explorer model, meant for people who like to explore. It's got the big engine in it, and it's got a tractor beam. The 325a is very much like the 315, except that instead of a tractor beam, it has a turret on the front, and it also has a slightly worse engine. It's not quite as quick, and it has missiles mounted. Right here you can see the missile mounts, and it has a slightly better shield generator as well. And then the 350R is the racing edition. It's essentially a 300i with two engines in it, so it's incredibly quick, but it does not have many of the weapons that these have. But it does look very pretty. And 315p has what looks like leather upholstery. Very nice. The detailing in this game is great. You have your little panels here. Engine 1, Engine 2, well, I'm guessing these are placeholders. Placeholder images, but when the game is fully released, I'm sure they'll have proper images in them. And also, yes, both doors open. I really do like these. They're like gull wings. Remind me of a Mercedes or something. Anyhow, and here's our cockpit, and the seat's facing us because it's pretty fancy. Sit down in it. Oh yeah! Turns around for you, and then your panels come out, and you got your console, and ta-da! So it's got the same image as the door had for the panel, but it also has what looks like a little picture of your ship, probably like damage indicators and whatnot. And then there's a star map in the center with a heads-up display down there, and buttons on the side with some more information that right now I'm sure are just placeholders, but in the full version I'm sure they'll actually mean something. And you can move around, or you can move the joystick. So right now, WSAD and Q and E, which presumably are going to be how you control your ship in the game, they make your flight stick move. So you have W and S as your pitch, and then you have A and D as your roll, and Q and E as your yaw. But I don't know how that actually corresponds to an actual airplane flight stick, but doesn't seem like it's very intuitive, because A and D, one would think that's just, you know, moving the joystick like that, but it's actually moving the pedals. Anyhow, so you can press F1 and that'll give you your outside view. And right now you're seeing the rear of the ship and can't see much, but ooh, pretty. Alright. And then you can see the animation when he leaves it. It's pretty cool. Alright. Looks like up top here we have a docking port. Looks like a small one, but looks like a docking port nonetheless. So maybe you'll be able to dock to bigger ships. Who knows? Hey, we're on top of the wings. No step? I think I will step. Yeah. I'm a rebel. Anyhow, so here we have a tractor beam. This is a mounting point. You can actually, on that console over there, you can remove and modify what's on the mounting points, assuming they're the right class. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So you have your guns on the wings. The 300i also has those guns, but it does not have this. It does not have the tractor beam or turret. If you have the 325A, there'll be a turret there, a small one. And then, obviously, the missiles, which I don't have. And here, let's take a look at the engine. The engine is the best engine you can get, except for the 350R, but really there's two engines, so I guess it's the best single engine you can get for the 300 series. Looks a little bit different. It's got, looks like vectoring nozzles, and looks a little bit bigger. And that's about it for this ship. Also has cool yellow paint underneath. And here we'll take a look at the Aurora MR. So you got your two guns right there. Looks like two docking hatches, which also work as doors. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Constellation, which is it's a larger ship that can hold 4 people. It also has doors like this on the side, so I'm guessing you'll be able to, when the game is complete, you'll be able to dock to them. So that'll be cool. And back here, the engine's quite a bit smaller. Quite a bit smaller than the 300 or 315. But anyhow, enough dawdling around. Let's get inside this. The interior is a lot more metallic. It's not as luxurious as the 300 series, but it gets the job done. It's also a lot smaller inside. But the detailing is beautiful just as ever. They've done a very good job with this. Love the modeling. And also, yeah, the seat doesn't turn around, so you kind of got to squeeze your way in. See how this guy kind of, it just barely squeezes through, but you know, he makes it. It's not quite as nice as the 300 or 315 series that it automatically turns around for you, but you got your consoles, and actually the visibility in this is quite a bit better than the 300 series, because there's actually glass on the bottom as well, so it's much more of a utilitarian vehicle than the 300 series. Here you got your gauges, your star map. Your heads-up display is a much better spot in my opinion. And then more displays. And we'll look at the controls. So we have pitch, W, S, roll, A, D, and yaw, Q, and E. So the controls are actually different. They're mapped differently to the feet and the control sticks than they are in the 300 series. So that's something to note, I guess. And unlike the 300 series, there looks to be a place where you can sleep. So apparently you can use this for longer duration missions, which is always nice. Here you go. Let's crawl in there. And you got your window right there, and you got another window to each side. Well, you can barely see it, but it's there. So, you know, when you want to call the game quits for the night, you just park yourself by a nice vista, crawl in your little cabin, and enjoy the view. Alright. The Aurora has several different variations. You have the regular Aurora, I think it's the ES or SE. It's pretty much bone stock Aurora just like this, except I don't think it has the red paint and it doesn't have the guns. There's a luxury model, which is kind of like this, except it's got much better interior and better paint and it's in better condition all around. And then you have a cargo variation that, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it looks like there's cargo hooks down here to where a cargo bay would hook up. And here's your little cabin where we were sleeping in before, or coffin if somebody catches you by surprise. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I'm sure it will inevitably for some people. Yeah, engine's a lot smaller, so it'll be slower, and however it does have the bed, so you might be able to do longer duration missions, which is nice. Here, we'll take a look at modifying the ships now. And here's what we can modify it with. Here, what should we do? I have an idea. We'll take this. Take off one of these guns. Whoops. Go to the weapons. And then here we'll take off the take off that. Put on a turret or a gun. Right, and I think this is in working order, so if you press F it actually should have switched it, so the tractor beam is now off. Yes, the tractor beam is off, and we have a gun-mounted turret. Cool. So, this is essentially a 325A with a bigger engine, except for the fact we're missing the missiles, but that shouldn't be too big of a problem. In fact, that's kind of why I wanted the 315, was because the 325A has a smaller engine, and really the only advantage is it has a gun up here, which I can stick on because I have extra guns from that, and it's got missiles, but missiles shouldn't be too hard to get a hold of. However, this big old engine, it might be difficult to get a hold of. I'm not sure. We'll see how it is in game. But there's that. Take a look at the Aurora and see it's going to be missing a gun. Yeah. We can also do all sorts of crazy things, like we can add the engine from the Aurora and put it on the 315. Not sure why you'd ever want to do that, but well, we might as well, because why not? For science, you know? So, here we go. See, here we have the two mounting points for the missiles. Unfortunately, can't put like the tractor beam there because it's not of the right class. Oh well. Here we go. We'll go to thrusters. We'll take off this bad boy. And Switch it with the Aurora. Also, you can't put that there because it's not of the right class either. Thruster, yeah. Take off this one. I wonder if you can fit this there. Nope. Way too big. However, I think you should be able to put smaller engines on something that has a bigger engine. It'll kind of look ridiculous, I'm sure, but it's for science. Yep, it fits. Now I have the slowest 315 in the world. Let's take a look. Yeah, that looks absolutely ridiculous. And it's still an alpha, so we have, you know, floating thrusters, and presumably you'll be able to have a big gaping hole in the back of your ship, but we'll see. Well, actually, no, there isn't a gaping hole. It just looks to be that way from the back. No step, I will step. Rah! Yeah, it's still in pre-alpha, so can't expect too much. But anyhow, that's kind of what you can do. You can customize your ship, and you can walk around and enjoy your purchases, so that's always nice. Alright, and that's going to be it for this walkthrough, and whenever they come out with something new, I'll make sure to update you guys, and I will see you next time.